Check, check, check. Good afternoon and welcome into the DeHornley Center. Afternoon action here. Sunshine State Conference women's basketball. The Lynn Fighting Knights 10-9, 4-5 here at home, 4-8 in conference. Take on the 23rd ranked Tampa Spartans, 18-4, 10-2 in Sunshine State Conference play. They've won 5 in a row, 4-2 away from home. Coached by Tom Jesse, Julia Tucker, the head coach here at Lynn, assistant coach Uloma Enyagasi. Caitlin Mitrick, a good player for the Spartans. Well, her and Enyagasi, I believe, had some head-to-head battles. Two terrific former players in the league, now the assistant coaches. Today is Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week here. We'll get more to that after the anthem, and Jeff Winter will have the starters for you coming up.
Spartans and your Lynn University Fighting Knights. Before we begin this game, the Spartans and the Fighting Knights ask you to please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, thank you, Mr. Winter. And here we go. Lynn averaging 65 points a game. Tampa at 68. Spartans shoot at 46% from the field. Nearly 37% from beyond the arc. 77% free throw shooting team. Compared to Lynn, 42% from the field. 32% from three-point territory. 71% from the foul line. Lynn a plus 3.5 rebounding. Fighting Knights averaging 13 assists per game. They turn it over 15 times per game. Premier battle up front here today between Jess Knight, who averages 15 points, 8 rebounds a game, and Zoe Pillar, who averages 16 points, 8 rebounds. Their numbers really mirror each other. And both teams will play through their big at the 5 slot. McCodlow, hard left, pull up, Jay fading is in. Good start for Trinity. McCodlow has just been outstanding lately. I mean, she's defensively one of the best in the conference. Her offense is blooming as well. Sophomore, there's Pillar. Ramsey, local product out of Boca Raton High School. And there's Pillar, wants it back. Instead, a three-pointer caroms over the backboard and out of bounds. The three-pointer taken by Davis. She is a terrific three-point shooter, the sophomore from Sarasota, shooting 43% from beyond the arc. Hemingway getting the start at the 4 slot with her parents here, Mom Teresa and her dad George. First turnover of the game. Gives it to Tampa and the road dark unis. And an illegal screen. A little bit of a chicken wing out there on the pick. Set by McDonald. Well, this Tampa team, we've got 3 starters that are 6'1". A Pillar at the 5 with her physicality. Well, they've got length. Knight establishing down low, pushed off her spot. And that is that strength of Pillar. Wide open in transition. A 3 is just off target. Fortunate for Lynn there. Knight calling for it. Skip past McCodlow, penetrates the baseline, leans in, plenty of contact, no call. Loose ball out to the Spartans as they look for transition opportunity. Davis in the post. McDonald, terrific collapse defensively by Knight to tie her up. Held ball will be Spartan ball. Coach Jesse thinks these teams mirror each other overall as well, the way they play through their center spot and look to open up their perimeter with that distribution from the middle. With a spin move here. Good D by Mack. Jump hook, clank, no good. All for the miss from McDonald. Romick to Hemingway. 2.5 minutes in. It's 2-0. Hemingway for a 3. Back iron. Pillar unable to seize it. But that was slapped over to McDonald. Ramsey. Coach Hudd said they really play through Ramsey, kind of their engine. Early sub will be Ella Fiore. We get Hemingway. Ramsey inbounds. Ooh, good ball fake and a wide open lane to the hoop for a quick bucket for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 13 points and 8 rebounds in the first meeting between these two teams. That was back in December, 72-61, Spartans in Tampa. Montalbano Danny glides right. Mercado. Fiore in the post. Hard right. Pulls up. Banked that too hard. Again, that length coming into play defensively with the 3-6-1 defenders. In the post, Pillar draws the foul on Knight, and that is the matchup to watch. And one of the big keys in that matchup will be who gets in foul trouble first, because they're going to be going at each other. And Coach Hudd disagrees with that call. So the first foul goes to Knight. Pillar, 73% free throw shooter, a senior from Brentwood, Tennessee. Pillar shoots 61% from the field. Hits 1 of 2. Both teams a combined now 2 for 9 from the field. Lynn 0 for their last 4. 3-minute scoring drought for the Fighting Knights. Coach Hudd looking for some offense. She's going to go to the bench and bring in Karishma Ortiz, the pure shooting freshman wing. And she's going to replace Romick. Pretty good crowd on hand here today. We're going to replay the inbound. The clock had not started. Coach Jesse coming over, sharing a smile with Coach Hudd. Talking with Coach Jesse before the game today. He said he expects a battle. He said a couple of possessions this one will come down to, with two very similar teams. He knows that Lynn, despite the 4-8 conference record, they're competitive in every game, could easily be at least 6-6 in conference. Spartans 10-2 in the SSC. And Montalbano dragged that pivot foot just a tad. She was looking to pass to the wing. It was not open and had to improvise there. So Lynn commits their second turnover. Tampa would like to go to Pillar here, particularly with Knight with an early foul. Pillar, the lefty, shows left. Fade, shoots it in. Quality move by Zoe. Ortiz. Pick and pop. Fiore along. Deuce rattles in. So Fiore breaks the scoring drought at 3.5 minutes with the long deuce. Tampa by 1. Pillar fakes, pulls up, left it shy, got herself a good look there. Mercado in transition, cut off. Well done by Rodriguez. Montalbano puts it up, draws the foul, draws some oohs and ahs from the bench. With that fake right, quick move to her left. So Knight will rest here with only one shot attempt and a foul. Montalbano, 70% free throw shooter, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists a game. Notably, 48% from the field for your point guard. That's just been so consistent in all areas of play for the local product at Boynton Beach, transfer from Radford University. Six to 5. Both teams 2 for 6 from the field. We've had issues with the clock here on inbounds. Good crowd on hand here today. And a beautiful South Florida. Feels like a spring day here on February 1st, right? Feels more like May 1st out there today. Just gorgeous warm temperatures. I think many of the students are heading back to the beach today. There's Pillar, turn and face. She got a good shake and bake against Hemingway. Going left, and a late whistle comes in, and Hemingway clearly frustrated, thought she played straight up solid D. And Yagasi also jumping off the bench, upset. But it'll be 2 free throws for Pillar when we return from the first quarter media timeout. It is Lynn by 1 here, 6 to 5. So Pillar 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 1 for 2 from the field. Lynn 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Tampa now 2 for 4. So we're tied at 6. Montalbano with a path to her right, skip past McCodlow. Trinity directing traffic, bounces into Hemingway, turns right, leans in and scores off the glass. Hemingway with her first bucket with her parents here. Teresa and George in attendance on a beautiful day from Boca. Here's Rodriguez. Coach Hudd really impressed with her game, grad student out of Puerto Rico. Pillar backing down, using that strength, muscles it up and in. So Zoe with 6. Tied at 8, Montalbano out to Hemingway. In the post, McCodlow, and a tough foul. That's a tough call going against Tampa there. Rodriguez 6'1" again. Looked like she got that pretty cleanly. McCodlow lost her balance. The Tampa bench was not enthralled with that whistle. Hemingway and Ortiz depart. Knight and Chappell come in for Lynn. Fiore penetrates into the lane, gets the defender in the air. Chappell, head and shoulders fake, leans in at a partially blocked, got it back, unable to finish there, and out of bounds to Tampa. 3:20 to play first quarter. Lynn just 3 of 9 from the field. Tampa 3 of 7. Spartan men's team enters the DeHornley Center. There's Rodriguez, the lefty. Got the size against Chappell, helped by Knight on the collapse. Tough turnaround is strong. Rebounded by Fiore. Montalbano has it. Here comes Danny on the attack. McCondlow. Good ball movement by Lynn. Spacing is good. Corner shot in and out for Jess. Just wouldn't drop for her. 2.5 minutes to play first quarter. Rodriguez finds Ramsey, the quarterback of this team. He's got Davis to her right. Pillar the catch. Rodriguez drives. Jump pass into Pillar. Short jump shot is in. Nice assist from Rodriguez. Pillar now with 8 of Tampa's 10. Fiore straight on 3, short. Rodriguez crashing for the rebound. Ramsey against Montalbano, minute and a half to play first quarter. Pull up 15-footer. Heel of the rim, rebounded by Chappell. Head to Montalbano, flying in from the left. Chappell finds Fiore. Passed up that 16-footer. I don't know if Lynn's going to get a better look than that. And then an illegal screen goes against Ella. Romick back in for Montalbano. Parker comes in for Fiore. In for Tampa's Palmieri. Three-pointer Rodriguez, front rim no good. McCondlow clears the rebound. Trinity ahead to Romick. Knight. McCondlow lost the ball, picked up by Palmieri, the talented freshman from Italy. Coach Jesse very high on her. Rodriguez, the left-hander, backing down against McCondlow, an excellent defender. Palmieri for 3. And that was too long. Out of bounds to Lynn. Friday night ball with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter. They can hold for one here, down 2. Parker lost the ball momentarily. Good battle to get it back, but it is stolen. And with 1 second, heaving it at half court. Nice steal and attempt by Ramsey. I think Audrey could have afforded herself one more step there on the dribble to get herself closer, but tough call there with a little over a second remaining. We end the first with the Spartans up 2 in a grinder, 10-8. Friday night basketball to begin the second. Tampa 4 for 13 from the field. They've yet to hit a 3, 0 for 5. Lynn 0 for 1 from three-point territory. 3 for 11 overall. They draw up the play for Knight, and a kick pass on the entry attempt by Montalbano, denied by Ramsey, so Lynn will inbound it. Checking out is Jendi, who subbed in and gave Pillar a brief break. Just underway here, second quarter. Jess Knight turning left. Jump shot is in. Quality move from Knight. Really displaying her agility there. Got some good lift on the jumper. Well, that's a move that Knight can go to. It's going to be very difficult to stop unless she's double teamed. This is Bannicum. And here's Pillar. Ramsey around a screen, pull up jumper. Front rimmed it, no good. Hemingway away to Montalbano. Romick around a double screen. Knight. Now that's a case where Lynn had excellent spacing. The pass should have been returned to Jess Knight, I believe, who had good position. We're tied at 10. Ramsey, pick and roll with Pillar, executed well, but denied by Knight. Good help D by Romick. Chappell. Looking to create an entry pass for Knight. Romick. Montalbano should shoot that. She does. Hesitated. That took away her rhythm. Now, Danny can hit those. She's near 40% from beyond the arc. She doesn't shoot many of them. Palmieri on a double pick. On the dribble, Bannicum underneath, and more quality D by Knight. Here comes Montalbano looking to attack. Smart play by Pillar. Really read that entry feed by Montalbano. Lob into Rodriguez. Hemingway, oh, the near steal. Came from the weak side, blind side of Rodriguez. Just swatted away. McCodlow back along with Mantilla, the freshman. So Coach Hudd continuing to shuffle players looking for a remedy offensively with her team going through multiple droughts, currently on a 2.5-minute scoring drought. And yet they're tied with 23rd ranked Tampa. Palmieri, the floater, banked it in. Impressive move by Georgia. Palmieri out of Bologna, Italy. Romick goes hard right. Hand off McCodlow. Her floater is short. Pillar knocked her own teammate down and then helped her up. That's Ramsey who's shaking it off. Crossover dribble, Ramsey. Gorgeous bounce pass. Pillar with the right hand. Thought that was going to spin out for a second. It did drop, and Pillar now has 10 points. That's a hold in the paint. Pillar and Knight continue to bang. And Knight has one foul, and now Zoe has picked up her first. Pillar 4 for 6 from the field. Knight 1 for 3. And a premier matchup in the post between those two potential first team all-conference players. Hemingway 4-3. Guided that a bit. Scoring drought now 4 minutes for the Fighting Knights. Palmieri. Pillar will take the short jumper, in and out, rebounded by Mack. Hemingway surveys. She trots into the forecourt. Lynn hoping to get McConlough going. Romick scoops it up with the left hand, high degree of difficulty, rebounded by Pillar. Lynn scoreless here in the second quarter. Three-pointer is good from Palmieri. Couple of baskets off of the bench for the freshman, including that three, which is the first of the day for the Spartans. Timeout, Coach Hudd. And her team now down a touchdown. Will also become our media timeout here in the second. Woman to woman D all day long for Coach Jesse and his Spartans. They're really solid. Knight fades. There's that jumper, and it's in again. You know, Jess with her height, already a big advantage at 6'2", but then gets lift with that jump shot. And the release is high. Really quality stuff from Jess. That's going to be tough to defend. She's hit a couple of those. Palmieri, who's had an impact off of the bench, crossover, hangs and scores. The Italian with 7 off of the bench. Coach Jesse pointed her out when I talked to him in pregame. Really high on this freshman, and you can see why. Knight. That's solid D by Pillar. Hemingway. The floater banked it in. That's an old school runner. Draws applause from some of her family and fans here behind the bench. McDonald. Rodriguez cut off by Chappell. Palmieri, another open look. That's too easy for a hot shooter. And Palmieri takes advantage. She's got 9 points. Knight got deep, and look at the defense. That is big-time quick hands from Rodriguez because Knight had established very low. Fiore will come back for Coach Hod. Chappell puts her head down. Hemingway takes it hard. Scoop shot never got the edge. Around solid D play by Jendi. Transition 3 is short from McDonald. Hemingway. McConlough will take the 3. Just off target for Trinity. McConlough. She's been on fire. Has some big games lately. Underneath, shovel pass, unable to finish was McDonald. Chappell takes the baseline and unfortunately slipped. Hope Channing is okay. Will result in a turnover. Lynn has committed their 9th turnover. You never want to have more turnovers than field goals, but that is where Lynn sits at the moment. Rodriguez straight on, deuces in. That is a pure release on the jumper. That's why Coach Hod, she said, that young lady, if she puts the work in, she could be a professional player. The lead is 9 for Tampa. Mack. Fiore calling forward in the post. Montalbano through the lane. Leans in and scores somehow. Danny, so creative in getting just enough room to release that shot. Montalbano, a big basket there. Under a minute to play in the half. Pick and pop. Underneath, denied, stolen by Fiore. Montalbano picks it up with 40. Coach Hud says, go ahead, look for an opportunity. Montalbano turns it on, hooks it up, no. Late whistle comes in all the way from the official opposite side. And that's why Coach Jesse up off the bench questioning. Knight returns for Hemingway with 34 seconds. Lynn 2 for 2 from the line today. Now 2 for 3. It's been Montalbano with all 3 attempts. Tampa 2 for 4 with all 4 attempts from Pillar. Missed them both. Rebound Palmieri, who has come off the bench 4 of 5 from the field. There's a 3-second differential. Rodriguez elected to pass on that open 3 as Tampa gets into their offense here. Looking to ISO Rodriguez, but she's guarded by McConlough, one of the best defenders in the conference. Nice move by Rodriguez, and she puts it in. Montalbano, gorgeous dump off pass, and Knight did not get the shot off. And that will bring the first half to a close, with Tampa hitting 5 of their last 7 field goals. to open up a 9-point lead in a tight first half. Coach had a couple of words for the officials before she heads to the locker room, as we will head for our break with Tampa up 25-16. We'll be back in approximately 12 minutes from the DeHornley Center. 25-16 here as we prepare for second half action with the Fighting Knights shooting 33% from the field. They're 0 for 4 from three-point land. Tampa just 1 for 7 from beyond the arc, but they're shooting 42% overall. Rebounding edge to Lynn, 17-14. 8 Lynn turnovers to just 2 for Coach Jesse's team. And they're being led in scoring by Zoe Pillar with 10 points. 9 points off the bench from Palmieri. Montalbano, 4 points. Jess Knight has 4 points. Hemingway with 4, leading the way for Lynn. Tampa ball to begin the second. Ramsey in the post, Pillar. Tough cover. She's got great ball fakes. Here's McDonald. Penetrates, shoots it up, no. Strong rebound by Hemingway. Montalbano with no numbers. Hits the trailer, Hemingway. Points at a premium, and now an offensive foul, and that hurts. That's Knight's second. Jess looks to their bench, questioning. Second foul on Knight, who's got 2 buckets, 2 rebounds, and a block. Look at that crossover by Ramsey. Pillar's going to go right at her. Underneath, hooks it up and in. Zoe Pillar, her ability to pivot, show, get the defender off balance. Very creative in the post. Ooh, Jess, that's going to be an offensive foul, and that's the third. Not a lot there, but Pillar did the right thing. She took the hit. She embellished it. Good acting job, but draws the third foul on Knight, and that's why that second was so difficult on a screen to pick up her second. Now Lynn in trouble, down by 11 with Knight on the bench with 3 fouls. McDonald, there's Pillar. Now she's got Hemingway on her. 2-man game, high-low with Pillar and McDonald. They go back to McDonald 4-3. In and out. Roma clears the rebound. Look at the help defense by Tampa. Really play solid team defense. Montalbano caught off. Fiore reluctant to take the 3. That's really smart defense by Palmieri. So Lynn now scoreless to begin the third. It took them about 7 minutes to score in the second. 7 field goals next to 10 turnovers. And you have to credit Coach Jesse's defense. It's not, Lynn's not as sharp as they would like to be, but Tampa excellent defensively. There's a help by Fiore, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Pillar continued to back down. Hemingway went down. Pillar with a sarcastic smile on her face there, but so that's Zoe's second. Lynn looking for their first point here in the second half. Montalbano on the cup, back to Mack. Fiore. They don't get a shot off. And Fiore sank the three. Lynn, very patient, unselfish offensive team, but they're going to have to look for a shot earlier in the clock. I mean, easy to say that after a violation, but they are passing up looks, hoping to get better looks. But when that first look occurs, they got to pull the trigger, particularly against such a stout defense as Spartans. And a walk call to Rodriguez kind of shook the shoulders a bit. Didn't look like the feet moved. And Coach Jesse saying where? I didn't see it either. Tampa now with 4 turnovers. Hemingway. Good cut by Fiore. Gorgeous pass by Hemingway. And there is the first basket of the second half for Lynn. Lynn is going to have constant movement off of the ball. Pillar. McDonald keeps trying. She's off target here thus far. 0 for 7. Fiore 4-3. That one hit the front rim. It's okay. Lynn has to be aggressive, taking those shots. Underneath, Pillar scores with the offhand. The right hand got so deep. Coach Hudd calls a timeout. Tampa breaks a 3.5-minute scoring drought of their own, but they have an 11-point lead here midway through the third. Out of the timeout, ISO from McCodlow. Pull-up J wouldn't fall. It's a good look. I like the design coming out of the timeout, trying to get Trinity going. Pillar calling for it. Receives it. Turn to face. Pillar on the deck, able to save it for her team. They've got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ramsey walks into a three-pointer and drains it. That's an effort play by Zoe Pillar. Sets up the three for Ramsey. Her first basket to go along with 3 assists and a steal. Montalbano digs in, unable to finish that one. Four minutes to play, third quarter. Ramsey checked by Ortiz. Pillar, a little jump hook. Second effort. That one short. Hemingway, very solid defensively. Montalbano penetrates through the paint. Romick splits the defense and lays it in. Rachel's first bucket, just her second attempt here of the day. A hold, foul called on Romick. And this will take us to the third quarter media timeout, with the Spartans up by a dozen. Rodriguez off the inbound crossover dribble. Pull up is in. That's the kind of skills that Coach Hudd was referring to, and she thought that she has professional level potential. Soriana Rodriguez out of Puerto Rico. Turnover, here comes Ramsey on the push. We'll circle it out. And Coach Jesse talking about this team. Says they're very solid. He says they do, comparing this team to some of the quality. It seems like he's got a quality team every year, but says they're maybe a little short athletically and with their depth. Three-pointer clanged short from Palmieri, who had a big first half, 4 for 5 from the Italian. That pass deflected, otherwise it would have been an easy deuce for Mikado on the run. Rodriguez didn't have an angle there, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Tampa. So Knight will return with her 3 fouls. Now Lynn has managed just 4 points here in the third. 16 points they had at the break. Spartans, with what Coach Jesse replied, they're going to need to be very fundamentally sound, which they are. They take care of the ball. Just 4 turnovers. This team is 18-4, 10-2. Well, they've been outstanding. 4-2 on the road. Well, it may not be his most talented team, but when you don't beat yourself and play this good a defense, you're going to be hard out for anybody in the nation. 2 minutes to play in the half. Palmieri gliding, kicks it out, three-pointer. side of the rim. Rebound on the deck, picked up by Romick. All for the miss from Bennekom, who's out of the Netherlands. And that ball stolen. Katie Tiffin in the game. Palmieri in transition. A creative finish for the Italian. She's got 11 with 3 steals. Knight, Tiffin. There's a double. Jess muscles it up and in. Big time play by Jess. Just willing that ball through the hoop. Fiore for Tiffin. It's a tough moment for Katie. Just a freshman to come in cold off of the bench. Doesn't get many opportunities and have to try to perform against this Tampa defense. Coming in cold. It's a big ask. So Knight completes the three-point play. They handle the trap. Minutes play in the quarter. McConlough said, I never touched her. Now, something altered that shot attempt by Ramsey. I don't know if Trinity was on the ball, but it'll be 2 free throws for Ramsey. A rare miss from the foul line for the Boca Raton resident. 87% free throw shooter for Audrey. Hits 1 of 2. Ramsey, 4 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Montalbano. They're just daring her to shoot the 3. I think she should take some. She's a respectable 3-point shooter. Goes in, left that short. Whistle comes in, and let's see if that goes against Montalbano on the rebound. It does not. It's called against Tampa. Coach Jesse saying, where is that foul being called? Danny 3 for 5 from the free throw line. She's got 5 points. Tampa looks like they will hold for the final shot of the third period, up 13. Palmieri. With the ability of Palmieri, they can put Ramsey off the ball, too, on a wing with her shooting ability. And a whistle, a traveling call against Rodriguez. So that is the 5th miscue by Tampa. Lynn's got 4.7 to work with. Montalbano with 3. Montalbano downhill, puts it up, no good at the end of the quarter. So Tampa up by 13. Montalbano claiming she was fouled there. 37-24 Spartans after 3. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Lynn searching for offense. Typically starts right here with Knight. There's the fadeaway, soft touches in. The emergence of that jump shot by Jess. She already averages nearly 16 a game, and this is the most potent we have seen that shot. Clearly something she's working on. Makes her even more difficult to defend, certainly. Steal by Romick. Lead pass Fiore. Darting in, lays it up and in with the left hand. Strong start for Lynn to begin the fourth. 2 buckets in a row. A virtual scoring spree by Lynn here today, who has struggled to put points on the board. The Lynn bench alive, shouting for defense. Rodriguez goes hard right, puts it up strong, rebounded by Ella. Fiore leading the attack. Knight cut off by Pillar. Step through, force one up, and the foul comes in. Hands on head for Coach Jesse. Pillar distraught for Zoe. They've got 2 up here on the stat sheet. I thought she had 3. So we're going to go with the stat sheet, obviously, but that critical, only her second. And here comes Lynn. No quit in this team. They're consistently playing hard. 1 and 2 for Jess. Rebound corralled by Van Bennekom. Ramsey behind the back with the dribble. Van Bennekom. Palmieri. Step back deuce is short. Quality D by Romick. Rebound Fiore. Fiore with her 5th rebound. Lynn with the opening 5 points of the quarter. Good pass to Knight, and she puts it in. Gorgeous find by Romick, who was in traffic. Smart cut by Jess. And Lynn has cut this to a 2-possession game. Out of nowhere. Palmieri. Oh, a kick ball there. Unfortunate for Lynn because that pass just kind of hit the foot of Romick. Wasn't exactly a kick, but Tampa retains possession. Just over 7 minutes to play in this one. It was 37-22 Tampa. 9-point run Friday nights. Rodriguez looking for a seam. Fades. And a whistle and a foul on Fiore. Official made the call right in front of the Tampa bench. Rodriguez to the line for the first time today. She has 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. 66% free throw shooter. A transfer from FIU. Conlo step back, 3-pointer. Oh, the bench was ready to erupt had that gone in. Trinity looking for the range here today. There's one bucket. Skip pass. Traveling. 7 turnover for Tampa. Lynn has 14. Hemingway will come in for Knight. I assume this will be a brief break for Jess. Eight-point lead, Spartans. They go in the post. Fiore draws the foul, and Ella to the line to shoot 2. Her first trip to the free throw line. Fiore 6 points, 5 rebounds. Fiore knocks them both down, and back to a 2-possession game. Here comes the press deployed by Coach Tucker. Tampa lead was 15. It's down to 6. Van Bennekom. Rodriguez, pull up Jay, off target, rebounded by Montalbano. Danny looking to attack. Ella working in the post. And another foul called on Van Bennekom. McDonald will come back in for Coach Jesse. Ella back to the free throw line. Lynn 7 for 11 from the free throw line. Fiore 2 for 2. So interesting tactic. They took Knight out of the game and let Fiore go to work in the paint. It has pulled Pillar away from the basket as she's matched up with Hemingway. Tampa lead down to 4. Palmieri directing traffic. Lane opens up. Palmieri had it rejected by Romick. Palmieri gets up screaming at the official. Montalbano, hard cut. Romick for 3. Cash! Linda within 1 timeout, Tampa. What a run by this Friday night team, as this will take us to the final media timeout of the day. All of a sudden, we've got a good one here at the DeHornley Center. What a comeback for the Lynn Fighting Knights. Jess Knight leading the way with a dozen. Fiore, 10 points. And it is a one-possession game. Didn't see this coming. It was all Tampa through three quarters. They were up by 15 points. Rodriguez, they go to Pillar. Guarded by Hemingway. Spins right, gets the foul and the bucket. Big-time play by Zoe Pillar. One of the best bigs in the nation out of Brentwood, Tennessee. And Coach Jesse, after that timeout, saying, okay, let's get the ball to our all-conference player. Pillar completes the three-point play, and just like that, the lead back up to 4 for Tampa. Hemingway, quick step, leans in and scores and one. Michaela slow to get up. Let's hope she's okay. Recovers. She got that bad right knee. And again, her parents, Teresa and George, in attendance here today, enjoying the action, but certainly have to sigh of relief to see Michaela get up. Knight now will check back in after about a 2-minute rest. Hemingway, 6.7 rebounds, a couple of assists, and also some big-time defense while Knight was in the foul trouble on the bench or resting. Davis back into the game. We haven't seen much of Olivia here today. She is scoreless, just one field goal attempt. Out of the corner, a three. Karams deep. Fiore another rebound. Here comes Danny. On the weave, Romick to McCodlow. Waiting for Knight to establish. Fiore cut off, tried to save it off of the leg. And solid D by McDonald coming up with the steal. 3.5 minutes to play. Rodriguez looking for that gap, not there. Pillar, catch and turn, spin, right-handed jump hook. How about that move by the southpaw? Pillar now with 19 points. Three minutes to play. Top of the key jumper, good from Fiore. We're tied at 44. Fiore's got a dozen. Pillar in the post. Spins right again, goes back left, hooks it up, no, rebound Knight. Pillar looks at the official, wanting a whistle there, didn't get it. Actually, it's Tampa by 1. I thought it was Tampa by 1. The scoreboard was incorrect and has been corrected. Just over 2 minutes to play. Lynn getting organized. Montalbano on an ISO. Cut off by Ramsey. Fiore has to unload. That would have counted had it gone. Just beating the shot clock. Lynn pretty slow to get into their offense that trip. And Coach Jesse will call a full timeout with 1:50 to play. And his team clinging to a 1-point lead. Spartan ball up 1 minute 50 to play, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Ramsey. Tampa working the perimeter, looking for Pillar. Rodriguez bounces in. There's the help from Fiore. And Romick, good hands there to knock away the pass. So Lynn going to collapse off McDonald, who hasn't shot it well here today. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Ramsey, pull-up, jumper, yes! And it always brings her fans, the Boca High product, and a big bucket for Audrey. Minute 20 to play, Tampa by 3. Knight doubled immediately. Montalbano crossover dribble, leans in, draws the whistle. So Danny works her way to the free throw line to shoot 2. Just 3 of 6 from the line today. Lynn 71% overall. Tampa 6 for 9 from the line as a team. And that one in and out. Danny, very good free throw shooter, but having her difficulties here today. The lead is 2 for Tampa. Here comes the press. Davis will bring it across the timeline. Ramsey. Pillar looking over at Coach Jesse. And then goes to set a high pick. Has a mismatch down low. It'll be Ramsey for 3. And her fans and the other Tampa fans in attendance love it. Big time performance here down the stretch for Audrey Ramsey, who seems to love playing here. Lynn's kept her in check thus far, but now bursting out here now with 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Comes in averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So she's doing it to everybody, not just her hometown school. And that was a big one. 5 points here in the final moments for the Boca native. Coach Hudd gets a TO. 5-point lead Tampa, who's being led by Ella Fiore and Jess Knight, both with a dozen. 19 points for Pillar, 10 for Rodriguez. Ramsey has 9 now. 11 off of the bench for Palmieri, 9 of those in the first half. Lynn will look for a quick deuce here. And a steal. Ramsey knew she kicked it and stopped, kind of gave it away. Coach Hudd screaming for the kick call, and it finally comes in. .40 seconds left. Montalbano leans in, took steps, and they called an offensive foul, which I didn't see. I thought they were going to call traveling. Offensive foul, I have no idea where that came in, but either way, it's going to be a turnover, so Coach Hudd's going to argue that call. So, full timeout, Lynn trailing by 5 with 35 seconds remaining in the game. Out of the timeout, Tampa looking to run clock here. Lynn will have to foul as they foul McDonald. But they've got a couple more to give. They'll foul another here, 30 seconds. So Lynn, this next one will result in free throws. So, and it'll be Pillar. Pillar at 73%. So Lynn okay with that. They didn't want Ramsey to get it, who shoots at 87%. Pillar 3 for 5 from the free throw line today. Shooting 2, 29 seconds to play. Lynn hoping for some help here with some missed free throws. Pillar now with 20 points. So the battle of the two of the best bigs in the nation at this level, Knight and Pillar. Pillar with 21 points to Knight's 12. But Jess was in foul trouble. Jess very efficient, 5 for 7 from the field. Neither big has had much of an impact on the glass with 3 rebounds apiece. And both of them average 8 rebounds a game. So the lead is 7. Another timeout here. Coach Jesse will bring in Jendi, senior from Waukesha, Wisconsin, transfer out of Northern Michigan. So Fighting Knights looking for a quick deuce here. And we'll see another foul. Get it to Montalbano. Drives. Good kick. Romick for 3. Back iron. Rebound out to Tampa. Foul committed there in the corner with 18 seconds. And it'll be Davis, 78% free throw shooter, will head to the line. So Lynn got a good look. Well designed, well executed. You got Romick over there in the corner who just hit one earlier. That one just off target. So Davis, who averages 11 points a game, looking for a first point. There it is. Romick launches for 3. Good. Good quick release by Rachel in traffic. So that cuts it to a 2-possession game. Timeout Lynn with 11 seconds. We'll take a quick break here from Lynn. So 2 on the ball here. They get into McDonald, who is fouled with 10 seconds. Marissa to the foul line. Very good free throw shooter, 82%. And McDonald a grad student, transfer from Vermont, also very good three-point shooter. I don't know, 50%. Doesn't shoot that many, but has had an off day. Still looking for her first point. She does have 2 steals. And just nothing falling for McDonald today. Lynn Montalbano hooks it up. No, Knight had it blocked away. And that will do it. So valiant comeback by the Fighting Knights after being down by 15 points. Came back to all the way to take, I believe they led once or down to 1 point. But good effort by Lynn, just falls short against a quality Tampa team who improves to 19-4, 11-2 in conference. Now Lynn drops to 10-10, 4-9 in conference. So the final stats for you: Montalbano finishes with 6. Knight 12 points, 5 rebounds. McConville 2 points. Romick 8 points, a couple of assists. Hemingway with 7 and 7, and a dozen points, 6 rebounds for Fiore. For Tampa, Davis with 1, Ramsey with 9 and 3 assists. McDonald, a couple rebounds, a couple steals. Rodriguez 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Pillar 21 points. Palmieri 11 points, 3 rebounds off of the bench for Tampa. So the Spartans win it 52-47. And I don't believe we will have a post-game interview after this one. The men will warm up. Looks like we're about 28 minutes away or so from the Spartans and the Fighting Knights. Men's battle coming your way next. We'll be back from the DeHornley Center.